Quay, how you doing, Reverend? 4:49 in the afternoon, West Coast time. It's still the 7th of June, 2025 on a Saturday. I hope your time has been pleasant enough because these days I'm not quite sure what the hell's going on. But the more I keep hearing about these informations coming through the independents that the regular people are now just passing through it, I'm wondering what the hell we're doing to ourselves. I really do. Because now I just don't have a clue what we are doing at this point. Private entities contracted by the federal government, contracted by Trump, wants private information about the Americans, whether or not we're going to be loyal or not. You heard about the federal government and the personnel office. Well, they've got loyalty papers. You're going to be swearing an oath to the Constitution, or you're going to be swearing an oath to Trump? Your Constitution, say goodbye. If it's to Trump, you're welcome aboard. Yeah, my neighbors are at it again. So, upon watching a few in Independence and confirming a few things, yeah. Here's the thing, Reverend. A long time ago, I'm going to talk to you personally about this one here. Or to anybody else on your side, anyway. My mama dog is down here, and I'm trying to keep an eye on her as well. So, a long time ago, I thought my cousin was actually nuts. Georgia Lynn. Middle child to Irene Stoffus and George Stoffus. Or Stiffus. Uncle George was Greek. And married my aunt, who was an older sister to my mother. Irene. I called her Reenie. Aunt Reenie. And she had 3 daughters. The oldest was Tony Ray. Middle is Georgie Lynn. And the third one is Terry Lee. And Terry Lee is still alive. And so is Georgie. Tony Ray, about 15 years ago, passed away. Tore my mother's heart out. She was a very loved and really loved cousin. It's like a daughter to my mother and sister to my brother. To me, it was just a cousin. But she had her own issues. There's, too much to unload. But suffice it to say, the middle daughter had, she's got grandkids now. And she married a guy a long time ago when I was knee-high to a duck. Conspiracy theorist, but also a Vietnam veteran. Georgia went into work for the U.S. government and quickly found out what kind of screwed up things there were in there. And she became a conspiracy nut job herself. But I couldn't hold out against her. I still love the cousin anyway. Still do. She's still taking care of her husband, who's still, I don't know what's the situation, because I haven't seen anything on Facebook in a while. I mean, it was about last month when I heard about her husband, the conspiracy nut job, having issues, possibly hospice. Nothing's heard yet, and yeah, it's got me concerned. It's got me concerned. She would put up some political stuff, and I would challenge her on it. Knowing that she is conservative, and she worked for the federal government is one thing. And me being a literate academic who hadn't worked for the damn federal government, but thinking that my own liberalism is going to be countermanding her experiences. That being And still, I don't hold it against her. She's a true blue Republican, but I don't think she's a Trumplicant. Because even she's seen what kind of a nut job this guy is. And I think she's changed a little bit of her tune, but she's not changing it into a Democrat, that's for damn sure. And for a long while, I've heard it from both of them about conspiracy theories. And from other people concerned about conspiracy theories. Deep state, artificial intelligence, and everything else going on. Some things I took with a grain of salt, and the other things are just like, you sure about that? I'm not so sure. I can't turn myself into a believer at this point, but some elements are ringing. Artificial intelligence, holding on to our identities, everything else on the damn thing. And yet I always suspected, from my own personal beliefs, that we are giving out too much information. And even I was just, okay, well, what are they going to do to me? What are they going to do to me? Now I'm afraid what they can do to me or not do for me, but what I may have to do for them. You know, it was one thing if John F. Kennedy was still alive, ask not what the country can do for you, ask what you can do for the country. Job Corps, Peace Corps, got people involved. Well, now we got people involved in our own personal lives at this point and want more. It's worse than dealing with the damn cameras out in Las Vegas. You know, when they got the cameras out and put them into the casinos just to protect the assets, protect the money. I think I was back in the 50s when they had the camera technology out there. And it's gotten worse and worse. 80 some odd years later. Now we got nationwide shit going on. If a woman happens to get an abortion and runs for another state, they've got bounty hunters going after that person and using Planeteer and other electronic surveillance companies out there to track, to find, and then to bring back to the state for prosecution and incarceration because of abortion. That's how Greg Abbott's been in Texas. We have lost America, what we thought was land and free and home and a brave and laws and rules, because some rules and laws out there are going to kill us or are killing us one way or another. And yeah, it's got me worried. It's got me worried. We can try looking at the old transcripts and the Bible quotes of what Christ had done. They didn't have anything like we have today that would scare the crap out of them. See, it's not with the man with the shiny swords or the bloodstained swords I'm not worried about. It's the electronic imprints that we do on a constant basis. This is what we're doing right now. Simple. Recorder. I put the information in, I put it onto a flash drive, and that's it. Nobody gets it. But what we're doing right now, Reverend Ed, and I turned it off. What we're doing right now, Reverend Ed, the visualization. I can turn it off and I can delete the information, but then again, you won't be able to get the information if I happen to delete the thing. So I have to get it processed and then send it on unlisted link to you that you can pick up and utilize. Let me ask you, how many times or how many places has it already been putting up a footprint? Let's just think about that one. I'm growing up in a time where surveillance is going to be worse off than what we've imagined and written about. The books that the authors had tried to warn us about. It's finally coming to pass. It's finally coming to pass, Reverend Ed. And yet I would have people in the neighborhood that I live in this community of Roseman, they'll laugh it off. Or else they'll think it's good because the state's watching over us. And maybe a few of them will say it's the deep state. Well, we blame you Democrats because of the deep state situation. Us Democrats. We didn't start this shit. We didn't start monitoring people left and right. But we would get the blame for it. Why? Because we're Democrats. Always blame the opposition. Because we don't want to be accountable, transparent, and responsible for the damn thing. So now these days, I have to watch out and pay attention to what's going on because of what will happen. And the thing that scares the hell out of me, with all these confrontations happening with the federals that we have, there's going to be one action. There's going to be one action, Reverend. Christ may have warned it during the time when he had been caught by the Pharisees and the Romans. And there may have been someone going over to slice someone's ear off. And Christ is warning him one way or another. But the way the damn sword. Those that live by a sword die by a sword. He was resigned because of what he was going to be going through, but not the rest of us. Reverend, we had no clue what the hell we're dealing with right now. Warren told, laughed, and then boom. It's not the time looking for the who started this, so let's blame them for that one. No. How do we deal? How do we cope? And if we can fix, fine. But if not, how do we deal and how do we cope? Because if we can't deal and cope, well, we're in for it, aren't we? Canada doesn't have anything like that going on. At least I haven't heard anything coming down the pipeline about that. About a national database of who and what you are, and then telling everybody else that this is who and what you are, and put you on our radar. Put you on our radar. Because we're doing McCarthy, we're doing Hoover under Trump's watch. Hell of a thing to think about, isn't it? But I'm not quite so sure what the hell we're going to be doing right now. I tell you the truth. Or how we're going to be able to deal with this. I got a lot of people in different towns, in different cities, trying to make a difference, trying to tell these Trump Gestapos we have in the form of ICE, immigration, custom immigration, and what is this, eviction? Well, we're comparing them now to the German Gestapo because now they're the American Gestapo. Some of this stuff I'd like to post out there in public. I'm too damn afraid to do this one even. The thing is, we, the American voters, voted this shit in. And now they're having commission fits over their damn decision. And yeah, we could do the 25th Amendment. But as I keep pointing out to the people about the line of succession, have you researched? You and your wife, have you researched this? and do you not agree of what it's talking about compared of what it is right now that we can't use just yet, not until midterms, if we're going to have a positive midterm. Because if we're going to have a solid Trumplicant, we're dead. Nice knowing you. The United States is going to be shut off from Canada and from everyone else because we want to make America great again. We're going to be making America nuts again. We're going to put ourselves into a damn padded cell with Trump being guard outside. Only we're not going to be having that. We're probably having concentration camps. Then maybe we'll invite every damn racist coming from every other damn country. Just settle our country here. Meanwhile, we'll be languishing in everyone else's prisons. That's a scary thought. No due process. Yankee after streets throw you into a processing center, found you guilty, and then get on. Star Chamber Justice. They did a movie about that one a long time ago, back in the 80s, called Star Chamber. 80s to 90s, somewhere in that time. Where selected judges go through other people's materials, judge them guilty, and then those people disappear, never to be seen again. We're dealing with the same damn shit here. Because of the public attention happening to one particular guy who probably did commit some crimes, but didn't go through the due process, didn't go through the court systems. We wanted due process. We wanted it on record. This one was just a wham bam. Where'd he go, ma'am? Oh, let's see, he went on a plane and he went somewhere. We can't get him. We don't have the authority, and neither does the other country, to find him, even though it's under their territory. Oh, the things I could tell my therapist about this one here, but I'll be going over her head on this one, Reverend Ed. So maybe consider this as a damn confessional. I don't know what I'm confessing to, but I'm confessing. I don't know what God and Jesus would probably think about this one, but I'm confessing. Because I don't know what else to do but to confess to something I don't even know what the hell I'm confessing to, or if I'm guilty of it or not, but I'm confessing anyway because I've got a guilty enough conscience, and I'm dealing with a dog that's going to drive me crazy. Can we put the action on tape? Have I confessed I'm guilty? Because... Where are you going? Oh, come here. Come on. Easy. You're getting harder and harder to pick up, old girl. Easy does it, baby. There are certain spots I have to pick her up by. And other spots... She wants to run, she wants to play, she wants to do something. Is there a crime here somewhere I can confess about? Let's put you down easy. I'm gonna put you down easy, mama. Hold it, wait. She wants to run. And she's gonna try running around here. I hope so. It's an evening and she'll usually yells at me being back in the bedroom again. Can I be guilty of a crime of staying in the bedroom all the time with my dog? What am I guilty about this time? Saying bad things about the president like a gas bag in the office. Loves gaslighting people left and right, thinking he's the greatest, biggest piece of ego on the planet. And yet, I have to worship this guy. Here's one thing about the religious aspect of it, Reverend Ed. A long while I have not put on any indications that I'm Christian. Maybe a long time ago, but not these days. If I'm going to be being a Christian, it's by actions, not by decorations. I think Christ would know about my actions and my hearts and my thoughts, other than some damn piece of jewelry made as a trinket. And yes, I got a cross on the wall. It's supposed to be a hat hook, but it was a cross that I needed to get up anyway just for me. Not as an icon to be worshipped, but as a reminder for me. Who's in charge? Not an icon, but the person behind it. Not the guy who made the icon. And if Christ was here, he probably would have a field day over it. Likenesses and stuff. I'll say, okay, fine, but I'm keeping up my Christmas trees. And an Easter basket. Maybe roach filled, but can't help that. And I'm going to listen to my mama dog whine at me right now. I really got to talk. Send me a link, please.